Well, I screen tested with Darren. There were like 14 girls. Not really. There were like 10 girls, and like 3 of them from New York. So I was like, "Ooh, I don't know how this is gonna go," but yeah, it was like your audition. You get your size and you go and you show them what you can do. And Marnie Said, our casting director, is phenomenal. And this is embarrassing, but I wasn't like super prepared for my audition, and Marnie called me out on it. At the audition, she's like, "What are you doing? You got to come back tomorrow, learn your lines." So I did, and I like brought it. So she gave me a second chance. So I'm really lucky she did that. Yes, my dad and my brother were there, and it was our old producer Ed. And the first thing we had to do was this blog where I was in France. I'm like a party girl. I'm blogging, and we did a rehearsal, and I just did it for the rehearsal, and our director was like, "Well, we had the camera rolling and we just taped that, and that was great. So we're gonna move on." And I was like, "Well, that's it. I don't need to do it again." And they're like, "No, that was great. We're moving on." And I was like, "Oh my god!" My dad and brother were watching. I was like so nervous, but once the cameras went on, I was kind of like, "All right." Well, here's the thing that confuses people. Melanie is really young, right? She's very young, so she makes bad decisions, and she's impulsive, and she's not mature as far as following. Figuring out what she wants from relationships and just talking without thinking about the repercussions of what she's about to say. But because of her childhood, she has a very old soul. So she's in many ways like 40 years old, and in many ways like 6 years old. But she was bad. She was a bad girl when I first came on. It was so much fun to play, but it was hard to play because I would just have to be so mean to people like Bo and Hope. I would just be so off. Some of the things I said to Victor Kiriakis, I can't even believe that John Anderson let me say those things to him, that it was written in there. But and now with the help of her friends and loves of her life, her Maggie and her Brady and Max and even Philip and recently Nathan, she's been able to kind of mature and grow up in some ways, but she's switched back to immature quite quickly because of everything that's gone on. When you're like, and I want to address this because people are like, well, she's so immature now, but when you get shot and you're in a marriage you're confused about, and your parents are not who you thought they were, and your whole world is turned upside down, you revert back to a little kid, and unfortunately that's kind of what she's doing right now. The hard stuff is like getting shot, because you're like so scared that that's gonna look weird, or it's gonna look funny, or I've never personally been shot, so I'm not quite sure how to. I don't know. The scenes with Carly and Daniel were just, it was more fun. And I know it's hard to say that something's fun when you're crying the whole time, but it's just fun because you get to go there as an actor. You get to push yourself and see what you can create. And when you're working opposite of people like that, it's not hard to do. Melanie is like my baby, so if I read in a script like something bad happens to her, I feel awful for her. If I found out that my mom was alive and that she not only was alive, but my father was alive and wasn't the father that used to do horrible things to me, it was actually a man I look up to, I'd be furious. I'd be screaming. I'd be crying. I'd be a mess. And that's exactly how I played it. And then I watched it and I was like, oh, maybe that was a little much, but I was just thinking like that's exactly how I would react. I mean, I don't know. It's been ridiculous, all these awful things that have happened to her, but all these great things that are going to come from it, like Daniel being her father. It's going to take a long time. It's going to be pretty bumpy, but your mom is your mom, and everybody, whether it takes Melanie a year to realize that or 4 months to realize that, everybody needs their mommy, so. Well, 2 years ago when I first came on, I was booed. Like, they booed me, and my dad was there. Oh, it was my first big fan event like that. I'd never done anything like it. There were so many people. I was like, oh my gosh. They called my name and everyone's like, boo! And I look at my dad, and I was like, oh, my dad's like, and Darren just grabbed me. He's like, don't worry about it. You're a jerk on the show. They should be booing you. And I was like, okay. This year, people were quite as mean. It was a little easier to walk down the. It's great. All the support, all the fans. We love you. You're so excellent. And without you, what would we be doing? Playing around in front of a camera? I don't know. Casey and I keep getting candy, and we love it, but we gave it up for Lent, so we're dying inside. So I decided to give it to Eric Mart's office. His dressing room's right next to mine. I'm going to make him fat, guys. No, I'm just kidding. That would never happen. I got the most epic pair of shoes from what are they called? Felony fans. They're tennis shoes, but they have a high heel on them. And because I guess Melanie had some line where she's like, I always choose the high heel and as opposed to the sneaker. So they gave me these like sneaker high heels. Like, you can have the best of both. I thought it was so cute. And then from the Melanie and Nathan fans, I got a big like thing of like chocolate to like mend her broken heart. That was so sweet too. So I always get candy, which I love. I don't know if you can even put it into words. What they've taught me. Darren and I would improv, Max and I would just improv, and some of it actually made to tape. I'm surprised. So he taught me how to have fun on screen, and James Scott scares the heck out of me because he's so powerful and so intimidating that he taught me how to try and stand your ground. And Suzanne Rogers, Maggie, taught me how to just be in the moment and just feel everything that your character should be feeling. And yeah, I've learned a ton. Honestly, no one's really that much like their character. Shelley is the opposite of Stephanie. The exact opposite. Mark isn't really like Nathan. Jay is not like Philip at all. Eric is not like Brady at all. Yeah. I love working with everybody, and the magic of Melanie is that if you watch, she's different with every single character. She's different around Brady, she's different around Maggie, she's different around Dr. Daniel, she's different around Carly, she's different around Nathan, she's different around Philip. Every single person, and as an actress, that's so much fun to be able to play all these different things around all different kinds. She's a complete dork with Brady, and she's very serious with. I don't know. I don't know if I have a favorite scene though, yet. I'm on contract for 4 years, so if they keep me that long, I'm not sure. I want to go do movies and television and Broadway, but I will forever be in Days of Our Lives debt for taking just some little Colorado girl and letting her get a chance to do her thing on TV.